Well, hello. Welcome to another Facebook Live in which I will talk about the COVID 19 updates on this. There's a lot going on, folks. I want to invite y'all to watch and to share this with others because right now we have over 400,000 people are infected in the US alone. We are the number one country infected. Currently, the amount of deaths in New York are beyond the amount that died in 9/11, and we know how crushing that was. New York alone, not the rest of the country. We also now have, most states kind of want stay at home, which is almost the same as saying shutting down, but we don't want to seem like we're taking people's rights away in this country, so they call it stay at home, but they should just call it a mandatory shutdown because that's really what's happening because people can't work. And at the end of the day, if you can't work, you can't pay your bills, you can't do much of anything. So it's going to effectively change the economy if this continues. So we have a serious, serious problem here. And it baffles me. I watched a recent video by a physician who's talking crazy stuff like, oh, this is all lies. It's not lies. It's real. And they were comparing this to the flu epidemic. It has killed more people at that point anyhow. I don't know if it's the same now, but it wouldn't even matter. The fact that the whole facts are right now that look at what we're doing and how bad it is. Just imagine if we're just saying, oh yeah, just go about life as usual, how many more people would die. So it's crazy stuff if people say, oh, it's all a hoax, it's a lie. It's not a lie. This is real. People are dying. I'm talking to people. I have a distant relative who was a great guy who's died in New York. And I'm talking to family in New York who's saying, Debbie, it's horrible here. People right here in Atlanta have 7 members of their family who's died. This is serious. There ain't no lie stuff. This is real, folks. It's time we get with it. This is real. It's happening. Okay, so yes, maybe there are other diseases, other things that people haven't been, taking as seriously as they're taking this one. And who knows? Maybe there's even an agenda. Maybe it's conspiracy. Who cares? At the end of the day, it's lives that are being lost. And it's being lost in a horrible way. People usually can say goodbye to your loved ones. You're not even able to do that now. I mean, I remember when I lost my parents, they were right. We were there. We were singing. We were, together. And it was still so painful. I can't imagine. A guy told me his father-in-law just dropped dead. I mean, that is just crazy stuff. And it's just nonsense for people to be still saying, oh, this is all a hoax, this is a lie. They're trying to do this, that, the other. I don't care if it's a conspiracy. The fact is, this thing is preventable, folks. This is preventable. Do you hear me? It's not just that we shouldn't have had it in the first place. Even now, we can prevent its continuing to take the course it's taking. And that's why I get annoyed when good educated people like physicians talk foolishness like, oh, this is all a bunch of hoax. This is foolishness. Get your head out of the sand and realize this is real. It is real. And we need to do things to prevent it continuing. Because at this rate, if we don't get back to work, it won't even matter if we didn't have the COVID kill us. We would be dead if we're all out of jobs and can't pay our bills. Might as well. I mean, it's effectively killing us if we're not able to do anything. So we've got to get through this. We have to find a solution and move on. And you know what? I'm just tired of everybody just talking about the problem. I don't know about you all, but I am sick and tired of everybody just talking about the problem. Why is nobody talking about the solutions? I hear nobody. I mean, nobody. Why is nobody talking about the solution? There's a solution. There is a solution, folks. Yes. There is a viable solution that nobody's talking about. I've not seen this on anywhere, and I've been watching. I've been at home staying in, of course, working. But Why is nobody talking about the solution? And the solution is not to make more ventilators and more hospitals. That's treatment, folks. That is treatment. That is not what we need here. It's prevention we need. Okay? So because of that, I've created a amazing challenge for people. I will give away $1,000 of my own money to someone who tells us what is the solution. And it's right under your nose. Yeah, it's there. It's out there. I know what it is, and you all should know too, because if we all know, we can tell the people who don't know, all these people in power, all these government people, what they need to do, because they obviously don't realize there's something they can do. Sitting down all day and talking about we're going to make more hospitals and make more ventilators. No, that's not the solution. That is not going to get people back to work. We need a solution that gets people back to work. Okay? Because that is effectively killing us. We need to get back to work so we can get on with life. Kids need to go back to school. People need to graduate. We can't do none of that stuff. While we're sitting around talking about, oh, so many people, oh, it's going to get worse tomorrow. That's all we can talk about? I mean, I'm just sick of all these. I'm like, really? You all not smart enough to come up with that solution? I have the solution. I am sure I have the solution. So that's why I want you to guess what it is. Because, first of all, you may not be able to guess it because I asked lots of people. I asked lots of physicians. And they were like, I don't know the solution. Man, this is a big problem, people are panicking. I'm like, okay, you're telling me about the problem again. What's the solution? We need to get back to work. How do we do that? Well, I don't know, because... Okay. Here is the question. A, is all prevention and all of these prevention strategies work. So what is the best way to get people back to work? Is it A, washing your hands? Yeah, we all should have known, we should have done that all along. And yes, we need to wash our hands. But is that the best solution? B, social distancing. Yeah, staying more than 6 feet apart will help because the water droplets, is how this thing is primarily transferred. And so, yeah, when people are talking, even when they're not seasoning and coughing, people don't get that. Yeah, you get a little spit out in your mouth here, and if I had the COVID, I could pass it on to you. So us being 6 feet apart, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Is that the best solution, though? Or C, is it covering our mouth with a mask or whatever we have, if you got to even use a tissue paper. The fact is, people don't know this, the virus don't live that long on tissue paper. In fact, it's one of the shortest, when they tested it, 3 hours only. Compared to our clothes, which takes like about 2 days. So you got to wash your clothes, because of course any washing gets rid of everything. Washing our hands, therefore, also gets rid of it. So it only stays, not too long again, 10 minutes on our hands. But we're all about, we can't shake people's hands. Oh my God. Hello. If I shake your hand and you got COVID, as long as I wash my hand before I put it on my face or touch my nose, my eyes, my mouth, I'm not going to get it. It's not by touching it. It's by getting it in your body. So, do you think that's the best way to get people back to work? Or D, getting everybody. The number one best way of preventing the spread of the disease and preventing us from acquiring the disease. Because understand, any mask prevents you from, passing it on to someone else. But it doesn't prevent you from getting it. Okay? So the best mask that does that is called the N95s. Yeah, but there is a shortage of N95, huh? But there's a shortage of ventilators too. I wonder which one is cheaper to make. Ventilators or N95s that cost $5. Which is more complicated? N95s or ventilators? Yeah, we can make ventilators. I think we can make some N95. I think D says making N95s available to every single child, every person that's alive, putting an N95 on them, not just the healthcare workers. Yeah, I know they told you, they brainwashed you that it's only the healthcare workers need it. Not true. Everybody needs it. Problem is, they're not getting it for us. But it's not because they can't. Trust me, it ain't brain chemistry. It's a lot harder to make a ventilator, but they're making them. So why can't we get them? Guam is producing a whole bunch. It's a little state, little country, smaller than any state here. And they're producing a few million a day. Yeah, think if we're going to get a few of our states to make a few. We only need, 350 million for the people in this country? Yeah, how much would that cost? $6 a day versus $600. Wonder which one makes more sense. Why is nobody talking about the answer? So you should have figured out the answer by now. I'm not going to tell you which is the answer. Is it A, B, C, or D? If you guess correctly and tell your loved ones to guess correctly, go to 36HBN and guess that correctly, you could win the $1,000. Why? Because I want everybody to guess right. It's time we figured it out. I'm kind of math buffled that nobody else has figured out that's the way to get us back to work. Really? Nobody's talking about it. This is just like, are you crazy? The answer's right under our noses. What do you mean? How are we protecting our healthcare workers? So why we all can't be protected? They're in front of it all day long. We're not. So if it's good for them, it's good for us too. Oh, folks. We need to get back to work. So I need y'all to guess right. And make sure you make everybody else guess right. Because if we don't guess this thing right and do something about the solution, we are all going to be dead anyhow. Because we won't have no money. We won't be able to do nothing. We'll lose everything we have. So we need to get back to work. That's what it's all about. So yeah, guess which of those four. I didn't leave any mystery. I made sure I gave you the 4 choices. One of those is the right answer. When you figured out the right answer, make sure you tell all the elected officials, all these newscasters, all these people that hollering every day about the problem and nobody talking about the solution. Start calling them and saying, why aren't we doing the solution? Why we ain't getting everybody back to work? What's wrong with us? Let's get them back to work. It's time. Okay, so y'all need to know this. And yeah, my name is Dr. Debbie Wallace, and I told you first. That's a solution, and it's time for the solution. Enough of this belly aching, enough of this whatever. It's only 2% death. Thank God. That was merciful of God. If it was Ebola taking out 50% of us, dear Lord. It's 2% death. It's a respiratory disease. What do you think? Just cut off the respiratory passages. You solve the problem. What's so hard about that? Figure out which one of the above closes off the respiratory passages, and you'll figure out the answer. A, B, C, or D. But do all of them, because you need to wash your hands too. We should be doing that every day anyhow. Nobody should be telling us that. Yeah. Oh, well. Since you need somebody to tell you, yeah, wash your hands, social distancing, make sure when you sneeze and cough, you throw away. Yeah, that's important too, right? But tell the other folks the right answer. And make sure everybody you know. We're posting this on 360HBN. I'm hoping by tomorrow that they can put it up there on the website and you can answer that question and forward it to everybody you know. Make sure every single person knows the answer. We all can then put the pressure on the government to get it about it and stop this foolishness. Otherwise, next year this time, we all still will be here and some of us won't, because some of us won't make it that long without a paycheck. Okay, that's all I gotta say, folks. I'm trying to save some folks here. People are dying right now from hunger. They don't even have food. Some people are 1 paycheck away from being homeless. It's been a few paychecks now, folks. It's time we get them back to work. Okay? Please, let's stop with the, this problem, that problem, and talk about the solution. Okay? If we solve the problem, I don't care whose conspiracy it is. We solved the problem, so they're out. So I don't have to worry about the conspiracy. I just got to solve the problem. Right. And you guessed it right, my dear. Yes, you did, Miss Mindy. That is the answer. And I'm so surprised that nobody's talking about that. That really just baffles me because it's so plain. I don't get it. Is it because I'm a prevention doctor? Why I get it right away? I don't get it. Why is nobody talking about it, getting the answer? Nobody's talking about it. It's time. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for passing this on. Make sure you Put your vote in for the right answer. How do we get back to work? How do we stop the spread of this? There's one right answer, and it's easier than we all think. So let's get about it, because I don't know about you. I want to get back to work. I want to get back to life. It's been nice, but it's time to get back to life, all right? You all take care. Share this with everyone, and we will see you hopefully in a little while. We'll be back to work with your help, all right? Y'all take care. Make sure you do those things you need to do. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.